fresh cilantro. I couldn't just make burn ends. I had to say, how can you make a burn end, but just take it way over the edge? So now we're into the burnt end loaded nachos. Big old chuck roast. We got our grill settled in somewhere about 275. That's gonna be our target temp. I got my favorite barbecue seasoning. And got some good old hickory chips. Very basic, poor man's truck roast burnt end nachos. Let's get it done. All right, so I got my seasoning. I'm gonna season this bad boy very liberally. A lot of meat. And plus we're gonna cut it up in chunks. But I like a good bark, I like a good crust. So we're gonna help that along. And as you see, on the other side of me, I got a big old slab of ribs about to go on the grill, which means absolutely nothing to do with this video. But if you are gonna start the grill, and you are gonna get out the barbecue seasoning, and you are gonna get the hickory smoke out, put a slab of ribs on. It's like going through McDonald's and ordering an extra cheeseburger. You might as well. Here we go. What's our grill at? Yep, we're hovering about 275. Like I said, that's about our target temp today. We're gonna smoke this till it reaches an internal temperature about 165. So I'm pegging about 3 hours, somewhere in between. You guys know how I love to set my grill up like a smoker. Just put the charcoal on one side. I've got my grill thermometer right there. Let's see. Put that there, make sure we make room for them ribs. Load that seasoning on there. Don't be scared. It's all going to come down in the sauce anyways. Just in case if anybody gives a crap, this is just salt, pepper, and garlic. Put them right there. All right. All right. Remember, 165. We're going to shoot about 3 hours. Oh yeah. You guys can see that bark setting up. It's actually a little wet, not as dry as I'd want. I did forget to put my thermometer in there, but I didn't rush it. It's not a big deal. I didn't think there's any way possible that we would hit our target temperature for me to worry about it. So let's put our probe in there. Remember, we're gonna try to hit about 165. Let's see what we got. Yep, we're at 105. So we've been 2 hours. Like I said, it's about a 3 hour smoke. And then we'll come back in about an hour, check it out. All right, guys, so we're getting so much closer. It's definitely taking longer than what I expected. I think I've hit the stall about 161, 162. So let's see what we got here. You guys see I've already got my ribs wrapped. Oh, that's looking good. See how that bark set on there, how much drier it is? All right, let's take our thermometer off. Just gonna wrap it up just like a present. Now I'll wrap it pretty tight. I don't think there's one way or right way to wrap it, but that's how it is. You guys can see all that moisture coming through there already. Set it right on the grill. If there is one thing that I've learned about doing it, it's not a big deal. I didn't do it with the ribs. But with the extra flaps, I do put the majority of the paper down. It's not really that big of a deal, but it does help create a barrier so it doesn't burn. So we're just going to insert our thermometer one more time. And then our target temp is supposed to be about 195. Keep our grill. I'm going to raise it up. I'm going to let it go a little bit. It's going to be anywhere between 300, 325. I moved my coals around. Instead of having like a small area of coals, I just combine them together, and we're going to creep up there. We'll be about 325, and I'm going to let it go. Let's see, 195. We'll see how long it takes, and we'll be back. Well, it's taking longer than I thought, but we're finally there. Our meat's about 198 degrees, give or take. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. All right, we're gonna set it in our pan. We don't need our thermometer anymore. Now I know it's taking you a long time to smoke this, but this is the next important step. You gotta let it rest. You don't wanna cut it in this thing right now and have all your juices go everywhere. So right now we're gonna let it rest about 20 minutes, maybe 30, just let it rest, just let it do its thing. I'm gonna rearrange the coals on the grill, cut them up in cubes, sauce them, finish off on that bad boy, and we got ourselves some poor man chuck roast burnt ends. All right, guys, what a day. It's taken way longer than what I expected. All my fault. Thank God he gave us lemons because we had that slab of ribs for dinner. But we finally got our beef rested. We brought it inside because I lost light outside. We don't have good lighting outside for this junk. So you can just see how tender it is. That's why it's important to let it rest. You want all those juices to redistribute. All right. We'll cut it up in about 1 inch cube. Let's see what happens here. Let's act like we know what we're doing. Here we go. Here's some beef stock. I took about 1 cup of beef stock and I reduced it down to about 1/4 cup. So that's really condensed down. I want that intense flavor, okay? There's no really rhyme or reason. Let's just come about 1 inch. Oh yeah. Golly. And juicy. Now look, there's a bunch of different ways to do this, and I debated. I've done it several times before, but never in the idea of for YouTube or my channel or anything like that. I've always just done it the way I wanted to, and I've actually learned a lot by going through different ideas. And one of the ideas I had.
That's Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa's telling me how to cook this roast. I have no idea. All right. But I think I've said it in several videos before. I know we did the pot roast with the vegetables, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it with the ribs. Me personally, you have to be careful with a smoke. Long story short, I think if you smoke it all at once and cook it as long as possible before you get to this point, you're gonna reduce the amount of smoke that hits all of the surface. So if you would have taken this and cut it earlier and just cooked it longer cubed, more smoke, if you finish it on the grill, would adhere to more pieces. And I personally am a big hickory smoke fan. I just don't like to push it over the limit. So that's why I choose to smoke the whole thing, bring it up to temperature, and then cube it. Just a little tit for tat. All right.
Now, can we try a piece like this? Or...
Oh, me?
Huh.
Okay, now let me try a piece.
Here, let me put my meat in your mouth. Here.
Okay. Oh, dang, it's dripping down my chin. That's what she said.
Train them right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is good. It's almost like you can just see how moist and how juicy it is. That's why it's so important to let it rest. Look at that fat morsel right there.
No.
You can just... I hope my doctor doesn't watch this. All right, let's save one right here. I want to show the viewer something. Right now, not every single piece is, well, I don't know. It's still got a little bit of give to it, okay? It's still not 100% fall apart. And it's like a squeeze test, okay? So what we're gonna do, the reason why I show you that, come back in here with your favorite barbecue seasoning. I wouldn't say go nuts with it. It's up to you. If you want a lot of seasoning, you can do it. But all we're gonna do is toss all these pieces in some good barbecue seasoning. And since I'm on a diet, move it around a little bit. We're gonna add this right here. Sugar-free barbecue sauce. Now listen, before you say it, we had one not too long ago and it was god awful. But this right here is legit. If it was not sugar-free, take the sugar-free out of it and you would like it. I like it. I don't care what anybody says. This is dang good barbecue sauce right here. And you can get away with it. So technically this meal's healthy.
Well, plus also our seasoning has sugar in it.
Did I mention that I added stock? I did. I added stock. So I added about a cup of this barbecue sauce. I got the grill set about 300. And I'm just going to put this on the grill. I don't have any hickory chunks or anything like that going on there. Toss your meat really good. Get all that sauce, all that stock in there, that intense beef stock. Okay? And I'm going to hit it one more time with some of this barbecue seasoning. And then we're going to throw it on the grill. We're going to give it another hour. If you can wait that long, give it another hour. We're going to come back and check it out. All right, so we had it on the grill for about an hour and 10, 15 minutes, and this is what I'm talking about, okay? It was a lot more soupy and a lot more juice in there. We've let it cool down, and you can see now that this meat, look at the difference.
Ooh.
Tender. Good meat. This is worth it. And so now you see why I could not wait to have those barbecue burnt-in nachos. We got our oven on high. We're gonna load these bad boys. Let's get started. God, I'm excited. All right, first things first. Nothing like working all day on those nachos, running out of time. I was gonna film this yesterday, but we ran out of time. So we ended up having those ribs. So I've literally had to think about building these nachos for a good 24 hours, 12 hours, something like that. Enough hours to know that my mouth is drooling. I'm loading the cheese up on the nachos. I didn't want to just do a regular video. You guys know, if you follow me in the past, you know I love getting creative. I love taking stuff to the next level. God, who are we kidding?
Just pour
Let's
it
start
on.
pitty-patting around. Cheese is low carb. It's healthy. All right. Come back in here with more cheese. Got some good pepper jack, cheddar jack. All right. Come back here with our super tender. I know you guys think it's large and chunky, but I'm telling you, it just falls apart. Mound that bad boy up with some beautiful barbecued beef. Look at that, it just falls apart, I'm telling you. Cook it right. Be patient. This is when we need to get our love music going on in the background. Because that's what I feel right now, is just absolute love. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Throw these bad boys in the oven. Let all that cheese melt. Get the tortillas warm. Ooh. Warm that beef burnt ends up. All right, guys, so they've been in the oven for about 5 minutes. I didn't want to cook them too much longer. Like I said, most of that cheese is already melted. Super hot oven. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're cooking with something good now.
Oh,
I don't know about you. Oh, yeah. I don't know about you, but when you go to a restaurant, the last thing you want to ever hear somebody say when they get nachos is, oh, they didn't add enough cheese sauce to it. Not here, you won't hear that. We're going back in just more cheese. I don't know if you can ever go wrong with chips and cheese. fresh cilantro. There you go. That's what I've been talking about for 2 weeks. Poor man burnt ends, barbecue style, loaded nachos. Come get some. That's it right there. You ready? I don't know if I can get in for a bite. This one looks like a weak civilian. Look at that one. Some sour cream. All those jalapenos on there.
Does that hit the spot?
God. That's incredible. That's good. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound that notification button, share it with your friends, make these burnt ends. I'm telling you, you can go miles with it. Hey, what about a burnt end sandwich? I said let's go from the burnt ends to the sandwich to the nachos. Just get creative. Thanks for watching.